Thought from Mandukya Upanishad 1 to 12, it says, let a Brahmin, means that having examined the whole world produced by karma and free from desire, thinking, so he have understood that this world, the nothingness of this world, and the world is produced from karma, the work. And it is the produce, not the cause. So, there is nothing eternal produced by karma. And in order to acquire the knowledge of the eternal, let him samit. Samit pani is the firewood. So, in hand, approach a preceptor alone who is versed, who is well versed, Brahmanishta, who is Sotriya and Brahmanishta, who is well versed in scripture and who has realized Brahman and come to him and centered in the Brahma. So the point is that here in this verse it is said, who have already experienced the nothingness of the world, all desires have vanished from him or her, and then he will come with samipani. Samipani is firewood. So he will come with that, and he will bow down to the Guru and take the knowledge from the Guru for the Absolute. So here we find, so it is a kind of coming there and taking the knowledge. So here the Guru meva avigachet, the Guru term is used here. Guru meva avigachet samipani sotriyam brahmanishtam. So in that kind of Guru we shall come and we can take the absolute knowledge. Then, again, the next verse of the Mundaka Upanishad. Tasmai savidyanupasampannaya samyak prashanta chintaya samannitaya yenaksharam purusham veda satyam pravacha tam tattata brahmavidyam. To him who has thus approached, whose heart is well subdued and who has control over his senses, let him truly teach the Brahma Vidya. So in these two verses you see the quality of the Guru who is Sotriyam Brahmanishtam and the quality of the disciple who Prashanta Chinta Samannitaya, who is Prashanta Chinta, whose mind is concentrated and whose all desires have been vanished. So that kind of thing will come and he will get the knowledge from the competent Guru. So Mundaka Upanishad we find the reference of Guru and Shishya. Again in Chandogya Upanishad we find the story of Satyakam Jabala. There we find that Satyakam, he went to his Guru Gautama and Satyakam told Guru, Srutam Hyeva me Bhagavad Drishyebhya Acharya Dvaiva Vidya Viditam Shadhishtam Prapatiti. I have heard from revered ones like you that a person learns best when he learns from the competent teacher. The teacher then taught Satyakama everything, nothing was left out. So in Chandogya Upanishad also we find that. Then the same echo we find in Tantra, because I have already referred that it came down, especially the Guru concept we find in Tantra. So in Tantra we find that it is said, Guru Guru Vakran Mahan Mantra Labhate Sadhaka Uttamai. So Guru Vakran Maha Mantra. Guru is giving mantra. So this mantra concept, Diksha concept, is coming in Tantra. It is not in Advaita Vedanta. So it comes in Tantra and in Bhakti movement. In Vaishnavism, in Bhakti movement, we find the initiation. So it is completely Dvaita concept. We find it Tantra and Bhakti movement. So here it is said, mantra can only be had from Guru. Again, in Raghubhatta, it is Tantra. We find the glossary of Raghubhatta. We find Pustakal Likita Mantra Yena Sundari Japyate Na Tasya Jayate Siddhir Hani Revo Pade Pade. What we are doing? We are studying any book. Now Google is there. Search Google. You can find everything. Okay? And you study it. You get the knowledge of what is Guru, and you get the knowledge what is mantra, and what is the quality of mantra, how mantra is given, everything you can find there right now. Okay? So in Tantra, in Raghubhatta, he is specifically saying Pustakal Likhita Mantra, the mantra which is written in the book. Pustakal Likhita Mantra. Yena Sundari Yappate. Who is repeating this mantra? Taking from book which is written in the book. You have taken and you are repeating this mantra. What happens? Na tasya jayate siddhir. You cannot attain the fulfillment. On the other hand, hani revo pade pade. There will be problem in every step in that case. Why? It is because the mantra you must hear from the mouth of your Guru. You must listen to this mantra from the lips of your Guru. Why? I shall come to that point afterwards. This is important to know. We find it in Tantra. According to Tantra, mantra comes through succession. This is not new mantra in every case. The password has been changed in every opening. It changes. It is not like that. It comes down from the ancient Guru to succession. I have another talk here that I included that Avatara as a Guru. The Avatara is Guru. I will explain it afterwards when I shall speak detail on that. What is the purpose of Avatara? What is we heard this, verse, very famous verse, Dharma Sthapanarthaya Sambhavami, you will be Dharma Sthapana. We shall talk about that afterwards. But the point is that it comes down through succession from Guru to disciple and from disciple to his disciple, so on and so forth. So I try to focus on this particular aspect of initiation. Why it is coming down? What is the utility of it? What is the importance of it? That is what I am going to speak. And this parampara, this succession, we find in Kathopanishad, in Kenopanishad. It is given that it must come through succession. Kathopanishad 1.279 and Keno 1.4. We find that Brahma Vidya comes down through succession, neither by intelligence nor by scholarship. It will not come like that. From competent guru to eligible disciple. That is the understanding, that is the requisition. That is the first important required thing. It is said in Kena Upanishad, Iti susrama purvesham ye nasyat vyaja chakshire. It is said, thus, we have heard from our predecessors who instructed us about that. Purvesham ye na tat vyaja chakshire. Then, in Kathopanishad, we find, now narena varena prukta esha suvigyaha bahudha chintamana ananna prakti gautirasta nastanyam yataka manu pramana. It is said, this Atman, now explained, cannot easily be known, of taught by person of inferior intellect, being variously regarded. So what is taught by a preceptor, one with Brahman, there is no further travel, these being subtler than the subtle and not arguable. So if anybody can speak on it, there will be no effect. Only a competent guru, if he speaks, then there will be the effect. And it is competent disciple also. Besides Hinduism and Vedanta, we find in Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism and Pashupat sect. Pashupat sect is the Tantric sect, Pashupat. It is a Tantric sect. So this Pashupat sect, we also find the glorification of Guru and succession of Guru-disciple relation. This is a unique relation. This Guru-disciple succession and relation, nowhere in the world religion you can find it. Nowhere in the world religion you can find it. Only in Indian Orthodox philosophy you can find it. In the historic age of Chandragupta Maurya, we find the picture of such succession have been sculptured on the stone pillar. Now the question is, what is the importance or utility of this succession? Is it necessary to follow or maintain this continuation? Let us find the answer. According to the Indian philosophy, the source of spirituality is the insight of ancient rishis. The rishi, they realized that and they disclosed it to the world. That is the source of spirituality. And we find it in Veda, we find it in Upanishads, we find it in Puranas. Through this succession, that is the source. And Shankaracharya, what happened actually, he organized these Vedas, he wrote commentary on Upanishads, and most important, generally we concentrate on the works of Shankaracharya. We do not concentrate what Shankaracharya did and how Shankaracharya organized this monastic community. He has a tremendous contribution to organize this monastic community. He was the person who gave the proper respect to this. Definitely Buddha was there, but after Buddha, it was Shankaracharya who organized the whole monastic community. So what he did actually, he established 4 mathas or abbey in 4 corners of India and posted his 4 competent disciples in each of the 4 mathas with the responsibility to each of them that these disciples to protect and propagate each of the Vedas through study, culture, propagation, teaching, etc. That means each matha, through their culture, they protect, study, propagate one Veda. Not only that, he organized the whole monastic community in 10 groups, in 10 sects, and he connected, distributed these 10 sects among the 4 mathas. So, the groups are sampradaya, in Sanskrit it's called sampradaya. The 4 groups are sampradaya, those groups who are connected with a particular matha, they will follow, they will propagate, they will culture, they will study that particular Veda which is connected with that matha. In this way, he distributed throughout India the monastic groups and connected them with the mathas so that they can culture. So the study culture of the Vedas will not be vanished or not be suppressed. So that's why to make it living, he did that. Now the point is, let me describe how he connected that. The 4 mathas of 4 corners of India he did. And he put 4 disciples in each matha. Like Padmapada. So he gave east. It is in the east in Govardhan, Puri. That is the Govardhan Math in Puri. So Padmapada. And the Mahavakya, he connected with the Mahavakya. You know the 4 sacred sentences. So that is the juice, the essence of each Veda is called Mahavakya. So, Veda is a huge gamut of principles, huge gamut of knowledge. From that huge pile of knowledge, one drop, that is the essence, they took out. And that one drop is called Mahavakya. So, in the east, that is in Puri, the Govardhan Math, he put Padmapada, and there he gave Rig Veda to culture these things. And the essence of the Rig Veda is this, Prajnanam Brahma. That is the essence of that. And the 10 sects he connected, divided and connected. So the Vana, Aranya and Saraswati, they are connected with Puri. These 3 sects. These 3 sampradayas of monastic order is connected. Then Sureshwaracharya, one of the another disciples, he put him to south in Karnataka, Sringeri. Sringeri is the month in Karnataka. So there he kept the Yajur Veda. And the essence of Yajur Veda is Aham Brahmasmi. And they are connected Puri and Bharati. You know, the monastic name, you are familiar with the name, I am sure. That's Saraswati, Dayananda Saraswati. So these Saraswatis, they are connected with Puri. Otherwise, so what happens, if they are connected with the lineage, they are considered the monk. Anybody can buy a ochre cloth and become a monk. You have the freedom. But do you consider them a monk? No. It is because they are not connected with a sampradaya, lineage. They are not connected with the mud. Then in Himalaya, west, not in Himalayas, in the west, Dwaraka, Gujarat, there is a mud, and Hastamalaka, he is one of the disciples. He put there Hastamalaka. So Hastamalaka in the west, and there is the Samaveda. And the essence of Samaveda is Tattvamasi. And Tirtha and Ashrama, they are connected with that matter, with the Dwaraka. And then Totokacharya is last for another disciple in north, Jyotirmat, in Badrikashram. In Jyotirmat, Badrikashram, and Atharva Veda, he gave the responsibility to propagate or to keep properly the Atharva Veda. And the essence of Atharva Veda is Ayatma Brahma. And Giri, Parvat and Sagara, they are connected with that. Shivananda Giri, this kind of name you are familiar. So they are connected with that center. So in this way, so this is the parampara. So how parampara is coming? Parampara is coming from that lineage. This Giri, this Puri, this Saraswati, these are the lineage. And what is the source? They are connected with a particular matter, with a particular Veda. So in this way, they are connected. And by succession, one is giving initiation to his disciple, the disciple is giving initiation to his disciple. In this way, the lineage is coming. So this is called the lineage, authentic lineage. So the Guru Shishya tradition or parampara belong to one sampradaya. This is the succession. It denotes a succession of teachers and disciples in traditional way. It is the tradition of spiritual relationship and mentoring where teachings are transmitted from a guru to a shishya, disciple. Such knowledge is imparted through the developing relation between guru and the disciple. It is considered that this relationship based on genuineness of the guru and the respect which is not based on age or how old, how looks like, but the commitment, devotion and obedience of the student, which is the best way for subtle or advanced knowledge to be conveyed. So the criteria is the sincerity, obedience and devotion, commitment. That is the condition, not the age, not any kind of status. And in this way, the spirituality can be conveyed in a better way. The student eventually masters the knowledge that the guru embodies. What is the importance of the line of succession or parampara or lineage? Why it is necessary? This closed circuit, it is a closed circuit, It is not open-end. No open-end is there. It is closed. From guru to disciple, disciple to his disciple, disciple to his disciple, it is closed, not the open-end is there. It is not going any. anywhere else. Why it is necessary? Is it necessary? They said it is necessary. Shankaracharya followed this, Ramanujacharya followed this, Buddha followed this. So all the great people of India, they followed this structure. Why it is necessary? Let us see. The secret of great relations, wealth of knowledge and store of power that was created by the ancient rishis has to be protected and preserved. It is a source, the power. They generated the power. And this power is coming down. It is a simple formula, the resistance formula, Ohm. If the length is more, if the diameter is more of a wire, the resistance is more. It varies from the resistance. There is a formula. So resistance varies with the length and the diameter of the wire. So it is coming down by the passage of time. So it is obvious that it has some kind of obstruction, some kind of motionlessness. So that is the importance. In Indian theology, we have a concept of avatara. So the avatara comes for that reason. It is a kind of hydraulic propeller. The work of avatara is a kind of hydraulic propeller. What is the function of hydraulic propeller? It just increases the momentum of the speed of the water, and then we can produce the electricity. So exactly these avatars, these great persons, they come and they, just like a hydraulic propeller, they increase the force of the spirituality which has been coming down through ages. So this is the important purpose of avatara, to come. Now, the point is, this flow is going down and it is protected. It is because to sustain the chastity, the power of this spiritual force. So, it is protected and preserved for the vast span of time. Not only that, the purity of the original message and tradition has also been maintained. The originality, it must be maintained. This can be done only through a line of highly competent teachers. You see, in case of Shankaracharya, he put his competent disciple in a particular mart, and from then it came down. He selected competent disciples. Therefore, the great spiritual leaders set up a new line of gurus who maintain the original purity and power of the leader's tradition and message. So they follow the leaders, the source, their chastity, their power, their message. It is just like a river Ganga or Jordan, It is flowing. The river, if you see, it is also closed circuit. It is coming down from the mountain and it merges into the ocean. So two end is closed end, not the open end. So what happens? It flows through the locality, and those people who are living both sides of the river, they are getting the benefit out of it. It is exactly in the same way the power, spiritual power is flowing. We are living in the bank of that spiritual power. If we can dip into it, we can get the benefit out of it. So it is said that it is Sri Ramakrishna Bhava Ganga. So the Bhava, all the principles, all the spiritual forces from Sri Ramakrishna is coming down like a river. And we are living at the bank of the river. It is a closed end, and we dip into that and we get the benefit out of it. So this is the benefit of this continuation. Secondly, the succession or parampara is the proof of authentic spirituality. Suddenly a person has a transformation and realized God. This is wonderful. He has done that. But what is the proof of his lineage, parampara? If you go through the Shankaracharya's tradition, all other traditions, you can find the Ramakrishna order, you can find 150 years. This tradition is flowing. And the difference between the avatara or the great person and the ordinary person is this. When the great person is not here, their message, their principles gets the momentum more and more. When a great, ordinary great person, ordinary famous person, he or she is living, at that time their glory, we can understand their glory, their name, their fame, they became, great person. But when they die, their glory started fading out and ultimately it vanishes. But on the other hand, those who are spiritually great person or really great person, their glory and their power becomes more and more powerful. They gain their momentum by the passage of time. This is the difference between the ordinary person and the great person. So see, the power, Jesus Christ, Buddha, 5,000 years, Shankaracharya. The more days are going, the more power of their principles, their ideas, their values, their spirituality is gaining momentum. More and more people are coming, are joining to the forces. So this is the authenticity, the proof of their spirituality. If it is one or other, we cannot justify the authenticity and proof of it. It is a single person, one person. One person, I don't take any name, but in India you can find there are many spiritual leaders. Now and then they come. They appear in the scenario. But you see, we cannot find the authenticity of it. There is no proof of it. With all due regard, individually they are great. They are seer of God. But what about their lineage? What about their sampradaya? What about their succession? So the competent line of gurus, they sustain this spirituality, this power. So this is the importance of the lineage, sampradaya. Now, do you have any question? Yes, please.
I have a question about, what about the person has to begin somewhere?
Yes, because it is a river, Sri Ramakrishna just gave the answer of this question in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He said that if you want to dip Ganga, you don't have to go to Varanasi. Anywhere you can touch Ganga, and that is Ganga itself. So there is no starting point. You need not go to the Matha where Shankaracharya established that, or you don't have to go to any avatara who are the sources of these things. So it is flowing, So anywhere you can touch it. But only you have to see it is not the stagnant water. It is coming from the high mountain. And it is going or reaches, merges to the ocean. That's important. Otherwise, it will start at any point and it will end at any point. Yes.
Now, this Vaishnavas, they fit also in this section.
Yes, definitely. These are different types of. This is the Matha, the abbey. Then there is the Akhada. Actually, Madhusudan Saraswati, he founded this Akhada. And there is another kind of thing which is called, these are kind of loosely knitted people, they are living there. In Akhada, there is called, the Mahant, they call Mahant, they are powerful. So these people are Akhada, it is loosely knitted. Matha is well knitted thing. It has some discipline, it has some kind of thing, it is a kind of abbey. The bishop kind of thing is there. So in this way they are different. And definitely it is there. Because you saw this Saraswati, these are generally this Saraswati group, they are Vaishnavas mainly kind of. So Saraswati, this Madhusudan Saraswati, So these people are connected with, definitely they have a lineage, obviously. Oh yes, definitely. Chaitanya is an Margapanthi, so definitely it has that lineage. Chaitanya was definitely. Yes, please.
Since we're the lineage of Ramakrishna, shouldn't we be concerned with his writings and the writings of people of that lineage more than other movements outside that? Should we concentrate, if we can't study everything, should we be more concerned with the writings that come from the
Definitely, you just check, you just see whether this person has the lineage or not.
Well, I know he does, but as a disciple, should I spend my time, rather than reading this Veda or that Veda, I should concentrate on.
That is what Swami Vivekananda said. Swami Vivekananda said that in him you can find everything.
And so, to be as an intelligent disciple, I should concentrate on that area. If you find it is beneficial for you, I would say definitely.
But
anything outside that lineage isn't my concern. It's not,
Well,
they divided them, as I understand it.
again, I would reply you in the words of Sri Ramakrishna. If you want to kill you, one needle is sufficient. But if you want to kill others, you must have some kind of sword, weapons, other things. So if you try to convince yourself, one thing is more than sufficient. If you want to convince the world, then many things is required. Yes.
Two questions. First one is, what are the four qualities of the Guru? And the second question, I think you probably answered it, is our order, obviously it comes from the Puri sect. Is there any connection between our order and the Sringeri Mutt? Any visible connection these days?
Definitely.
Or is it a dotted line?
Definitely. I have already mentioned it. That Puri is connected with the Sringeri Mutt. So our Mutt is Sringeri. Our Veda is Yajur Veda. Obviously. Otherwise we don't have any existence.
And the four?
As for example, don't consider the US centers. Consider the Indian Ramakrishna order, okay? There are number of centers in India, okay? So many branches are there. Each branches doesn't take ATG sanctions, or each branches doesn't have any authority. So only Belur Mutt has the authority. So each center is empowered by Belur Mutt. Exactly in the same way. So each lineage, each parampara is empowered by that. If they are not connected, they are not empowered by that lineage. From the monastic point of view. Do you understand what I am saying?
And qualities of the Guru?
Well, that I kept for my next lectures. Yes, please.
So, you very quickly touched upon why Guru needed and you moved on to Shankara also.
No, actually I just touched why Guru is necessary. I did not describe it elaborately because I shall talk on it afterwards. Only today, this evening, I focused on the importance of this lineage, the Sampradaya and Parampara. Is there anything important there? Is it necessary? So only I have tried to explore on that particular issue. That this parampara is necessary. What is the importance of it? And very rarely it has been talked about. It is very rarely it has been discussed, And the antiquity of it. Because we must have the antiquity, Because if there is no any, what it gives the authenticity. A big company, Apple, branded name, okay? It is from Apple. Yes, it is a branded thing. It is authentic. Exactly in the same way. There is Swami Vivekananda, there is Sri Ramakrishna, there is Swami Brahmananda. One after another, giant spiritual leaders, giant spiritual personality this lineage has produced. That is the authenticity. That is the proof. This process, this spirituality is proved. That's all. Because they have produced such and such person.
So not to doubt other lineages or other branches, how do we reconcile? So even taking
All lineages, everything. I am not talking about the lineage. What is the source? Source is that the ancient rishis, the Vedas, the Upanishads, and Shankaracharya, he organized this thing. What is the importance of Guru Purnima? I shall speak on another day actually. It is Vyasa. It is the birthday of Vyasadeva. Why Vyasadeva is that? Why Vyasadeva? What kind of Vyasadeva? Who is Vyasadeva? Why Vyasadeva is there? Why he is so great? Because Vyasadeva, he organized these 4 Vedas. It is unorganized. These are the spiritual, the insight of the ancient rishis. They have realized that. And they disclosed it. But it was Vyasadeva who did these 4 Vedas, who organized it, who did all these things. That is why he is the Adi Guru. I shall come to the point afterwards.
So Maharaj, the Ramakrishna order is associated with Puri because Sri Ramakrishna Sotapuri was...
Right.
And what is this Nath Sampradaya?
Oh, Nath Sampradaya is the Shaiva Sampradaya. It is the kind of Tantra is associated with there. So they are little bit different kind of. They are very austere. They are Shaiva. Mainly they are Shaiva. They have the lineage also. They have this lineage, definitely. But they are not associated with this. They are akhada, not well organized. They are connected with akhada. It is loosely knitted. Many of them stay in one place. They have a very strong personality. These are the different structure,
But more if somebody comes outside the tradition and realizes...
That is what I said.
So
Definitely must one have attained the highest spiritual attainment, no doubt about that. But the point is that if they don't have any lineage, any kind of thing, we are not sure, we are not sure about the authenticity and the proof of their successes. That's the point. One person is good, one person is done, is final. But unless they have some lineage, unless it is going down years after years, means the branding. We are not sure about their branding. That is the point. That person is 100% okay. He is a realized soul. But what about it has not come down,
So they can start...
Just I give one example with all due regard, Because I cannot find any kind of proof after that. Satta Sai Baba. Okay? He was the realized person, no doubt about that. Okay? He is a great person, realized soul. But what about the succession? We do not find that. It ends up there itself. Or maybe he has his succession, but they are unable to continue that same power and that same, yes, the chastity, this kind of originality of him. It has not come down. So there is no proof of that. There is no authenticity of that. There is no brand. They have not created the brand. That's the point.
I mean, are they disconnected from the old?
As for example, the Toyota, BMW, they have the brand. Ford, they have the brand. Okay? Tesla has not created the brand yet. Tesla is great, no doubt about that. But Tesla has not created its brand because only it is new, only a baby. Let 10 years, 15 years, it will stay in the market. And then people will judge. That's the point. Thank you. And tomorrow we shall go more deeper and deeper about this.
So that means tomorrow all your questions will be answered, so you need to come back. So tomorrow at 10:30 it starts, so we have the first talk at 10:30 and there's a break and then the second talk and then followed by Arati and Prashad. So, and Maharaj, thank you very much for giving us such an informative talk. But I thought in the middle, it was Puri, but I thought in the middle you said that we belong to the Yajurveda and the Shringeri Mutt, so that was not correct then.
No, Puri was one of the names.
Oh, so they're connected. That's what you said, they were connected. Sorry, I got it.
Puri is the Sampradaya.
Yes.
Puri Sampradaya is connected with Shringeri Mutt.
Right.
And the Veda is connected with the Shringeri Mutt in Jesus.
Right, so it's Yajurveda. Okay, so I got it. So please come tomorrow and now join us for Prashad lunch, that is dinner that has been made by Gitanjali and family. Oh, and remember we need to shut this. Switch is on the mic.
Switch on the top.